Pagbati po para sa lahat. Ito po ay ang aming report. Kasama ko po dito si Miss Jessica Tabilangan, Miss Ira Nieto at si Miss Shani Kate Ganaban. Ito po ay ang amin pong pagbabahagi at nais po naming pasimulan sa the development of social welfare in the Philippines. Panoorin po natin ito.
Lesson number 1.
In 1915, the Public Welfare Board was created. Its function consisted of studying, coordinating, and regulating all government and private entities engaged in social services. The creation of PWB was the first attempt in the institutionalization of the social welfare and development field. Dr. Jose Fabella, now known as the father of social welfare, was appointed as Commissioner of PWB. PWB Commissioner Dr. Jose Fabella then became Director of the Bureau of Public Welfare from 1921 to 1935. May 31, 1939, Commonwealth Act No. 439 created the Department of Health and Public Welfare. The Bureau of Public Welfare officially became a part of the Department of Health and Public Welfare. In addition to coordinating services of all public and private social welfare institutions, the Bureau also managed all public child caring institutions and the provision of child welfare services. After the war, the government gradually assumed the major responsibility for social welfare. By May 15, 1968, through Republic Act 5416, known as the Social Welfare Act of 1968, the SWA was elevated to Department of Social Welfare, placing it under the executive branch of government in equal status with other social agencies like health and education. During the martial law regime, with the signing of Presidential Decree No. 994, President Ferdinand E. Marcos renamed the agency Department of Social Services and Development. In 1978, the DSSD was again renamed Ministry of Social Services and Development, in line with the parliamentary form of government during the martial law regime. Upon the institutionalization of democratic form of government, led by President Corazon Aquino, the ministry became the Department of Social Welfare and Development, or DSWD, which continues to be known as such until today.
At dahil nga po sa loob ng maraming taon na lumipas, ang DSWD ay naging progresibo po sa pagkakaroon ng maraming proyekto na kung saan ay lubos naging kapaki-pakinabang. Ngayon naman po ay panoorin po natin ang ilang mga impormasyon tungkol sa 4 na dekadang lumipas patungkol po sa DSWD NCR.
In 1975, President Ferdinand E. Marcos signed Presidential Decree No. 824, creating Metropolitan Manila and Metropolitan Manila Commission, which includes 17 LGUs and the provinces of Rizal and Bulacan. Metro Manila is embraced by Region 4, Katipunan ng mga Sangguniang Bayan petitioned that the Metropolitan Manila be considered as separate region. And in 1976, the virtue of Presidential Decree No. 879, signed by the President Marcos, Region 4 was divided into 2 regions, which to Region 4 and Region 4A. Meanwhile, Metropolitan Manila was separated and now called as the National Capital Region. During these years, DSWD is already established as Department of Social Services and Development. From DSSD, it was named to Ministry of Social Services and Development. On October 4, 1978, Deputy Minister Silvia P. Montes signed an administrative order which paved the creation of the regional office in the National Capital Region. DSWD-NCR first occupied an office at the National Social Work Training Laboratory in Kansas, now called F. Benitez. It was also the time which DSWD-NCR started to operate institutional units. Marilac Hills, Jose Fabelo Center, Reception and Study Center for Children, Layo ng Kabataan, Sanctuary Center, National Vocational and Rehabilitation Center, Malaya Center, LC Gatches Village, Golden Acres, and Rehabilitation Shelter Workshop. In 1983, Field Office NCR transferred to its current address in the Guardia Street, Sampaloc, Manila. In 1987, MSDD was reorganized and renamed DSWD under Executive Order 123, signed by the President Corazon C. Aquino. Executive Order Number 292, also known as the Revised Administration Code of 1987, established the name, organizational structure, and functional area of responsibility of DSWD and further defined its statutory authority. DSWD operations are in accordance with the following mandates. Republic Act 716T, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991, affected the devolution of DSWD basic services to local government units. Executive Order Number 15 of 1998 redirected functions and operations of the Department of Social Welfare Development to strengthen the DSWD's repositioning efforts that began soon after the implementation of the Local Government Code of 1991. These transformed DSWD from direct service deliverer to technical assistance provider as a result of the devolution of basic services to the local government units. Executive Number 221 of 2003 defined the mandate, roles, powers, and the functions of DSWD, implements statutory and specialist programs which are directly lodged with the department and or not yet developed to LGUs. Present, the DSWD-NCR continues to contribute to the sectoral and societal goals aligned in the Philippine Development Plan and Regional Development Plan through provisions of the programs and services under the 5 organizational outcomes of the department. Well-being of poor families improved, rights of the poor and vulnerable sectors promoted and protected, immediate relief and early recovery of disaster victims or survivors ensured, continuing compliance of SWD agencies to standards in the delivery of social welfare services ensured, delivery of SWD programs by LGUs through LSWDOs improved.
At patuloy pa rin po ang progreso ng DSWD. At kagaya po ng ating mga napanood kanina kung paano po nagsimula ang lahat at malaki po ang kontribusyon ng mga religious group ay sa panahon po natin ngayon ay ganun pa rin, nagpapatuloy pa rin po ang atin pong mga religious group upang ipanaganap ang pagtulong sa kapwa. At sa amin pong bayan, sa bayan po ng Noveleta ay isa po ito sa aming mga ipinagmamalaki. Ang church po at ang mga simbahan sa bayan ng Noveleta ay nagkakaisa upang abutin ang bawat mamayan para sa ikabubuti ng isa't isa, ng pamayanan. Ano po? Kaya po ang church na aking pinagpapastoran ay kabilang din po sa pagtulong sa panahon ng mga kalamidad, katulad po ng bagyo. At halimbawa po niyan ay maging ang pag-aalboroto ng Bulkang Taal kamakailan noong pong Enero. Ano po? Agad pong gumawa ng paraan ang mga churches upang makapagpaabot ng tulong doon po sa mga nasalanta at maging sa ating mga frontliners. Kasama po ang church sa paghahanda ng mga pagkain, maging sa paghahanda ng mga matutulugan ng mga taong lumikas. Ano po? At ganoon din po, ang church na aking pinagpapastoran ay kabahagi din po sa tinatawag na community-based drug rehabilitation program para po ito sa mga drug surrenderies. No po, ito po ay para sa mga kababayan po natin na sumuko na dating gumamit po ng mga ipinagbabawal na gamot at sila po yung mga tao na walang kakayahan para bumayad sa mga pribadong mga rehabilitation center. No po, kaya po nag-offer po ang church at kapartner po ang LGU sa pagtutulungan po sa lokal na pamahalaan. Inabot po natin yung atin pong mga kababayan na minsan po'y nalulong sa masamang bisyo. No po? At marami pa po, kasama rin po ang church sa kampanya laban sa mga child trafficking at marami pang iba. At lahat po ng ito ay dahil sa kung paano ang church ay ipinapahayag ang pag-ibig ng Panginoong Jesucristo. No po, yung pagmamahal at pagmamalasakit sa isa't isa. Kaya nawa po ang munti pong video presentation na ito ay makatulong sa bawat isa. Muli po, ako po si Pastor EJ Grepo at kasama ko po ang aking mga kagrupo. Nawa po ay inyo pong nagustuhan ang munting video presentation na ito. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay tayong lahat.